Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. That's how I will want to start this live show. Welcome to the post-match live of India versus New Zealand. And there was one team that was playing cricket while the other was doing disservice to the reputation that Indian cricket should be all about. Snehashish Mukherjee joins me from Dubai. Gargi Raut and Ishan Shahane also join me. This is not a night that any fan of Indian women's cricket will ever want to watch. It was a pain. Honestly, it was torture. From the very first over, the fielding was shambolic. If the fielding was bad, the bowling was equally bad. And the batting was pathetic. I'll go to Snehashish first from on ground. We are all shocked, Snehashish. We are all shocked, and that's the word to use. Deepti Sharma can't place full tosses for boundaries. Harmanpreet Kaur, time and again inconsistent. Shefali Verma, since her youthful exuberance has gone for a toss, is no longer the batter that she ever was. Smriti Mandhana is the only hope, and the moment she gets out, it's done. Jemima Rodriguez, inconsistent. Richa Ghosh, not even looking the part. Pooja Vastrakar, injured and had to be demoted below Arundhati Reddy. How do you sum up, Snehashish? Because clearly, now that match against Australia is do or die.
I think it's absolutely, devastating. I think that will be the perfect word. The way they have batted, because if you see, the way New Zealand batted, you would have not expected the Indian batting lineup to turn up like this. And especially the way fans are now leaving the stadium, they are absolutely devastated and disappointed. And I think it is understandable because when you have batters like Shefali Verma, Shriti Mandana, Harmanpreet Kaur at number three, you expect them, to step up their game and you to at least to show up a fight. But there is no fight from the batting unit, the whole batting unit. You cannot expect, Deepti Sharma at number six or number seven coming and winning you games when you score only 50, 55 runs in the 50 runs in the power play overs, losing three wickets. So it's a disappointing way to start the tournament because the pitch was not that much of tricky to bat on. At okay, I can understand you can lose a match, but it is important how you lose the match. And I think the way India have lost the match, I think it is very disappointing start for the team.
Dargi Raut, echoing what Snehashi just said, absolutely correct, but maybe one difference. Why shouldn't Deepti Sharma at number 6 make a match of it? She's been playing cricket for a long time to make a match of it and at least get us deep, at least get the run rate up, at least get to 130, 35, get to 160 score so that you give yourself a chance and not lose by 58 runs. Dargi, before I go to Ishan.
Yeah, I completely agree with what Snehashi said all around. And after a tiring day at work, this is not the match you want to come home to, honestly. And to talk about Deepti Sharma, I've actually been watching her for a very long time, and contrary to popular opinion, I never look at her as a match winner, honestly, because I've seen matches where she's lost a lot of balls. She's not hitting boundaries. She's not getting runs. She's not getting the singles. She's not doing the doubles. So her bad games outweigh her good games. I know there was a point in time where in WPL as well, when Deepti Sharma would come, there would be people talking on Twitter that now the match is gone because she would be so slow, and that's not the game that is suited for someone who's coming in at 6 or 7. That's simply not how you play if you're coming in at 6 or 7. Maybe it's not all Deepti Sharma's blame to take. Maybe it's the management who should have understood the science, seen the science. But this is very, very disappointing from all of them because there are, I think, a handful, even if 2 or 3 players who are not as experienced. All of the rest of the team has been playing international cricket for a long time, and if not international cricket, they've been in the domestic circuit for even longer. And this is not something you expect from experienced players. You do not. This is not the team I want to see from India.
Ishan Shahane.
Yes, Gaurav, I think, what I noticed was a lack of application. These are players, like has been mentioned, who have played cricket a lot. They're experienced enough, especially the ones who've been playing for so many years. Harmanpreet Kaur as well, all 9 seasons. So definitely a lack of application here, a lack of thought process, and of course the fielding as well, which really cost them. So overall, all the faults that they had before this World Cup, from this first game, it seems that nothing has changed, which is the scariest part here. New Zealand have ended the losing streak, which is not a great sign, because if they had a losing streak, that clearly showed that New Zealand was struggling themselves. But they've gone on to beat India, which means this Indian team is definitely in a situation much worse. And this match against Australia definitely becomes a do or die, and it's a bit scary, Purada, because me myself, I've gone for these games. I've covered this a women's team quite a bit, and whenever we happen to speak about them, it's more or less more of a disappointment, which is not what you want to express. You want to express some joy as well at times, but most of the times that I remember, it's mostly been disappointment, and it's been around the same topic. So uh, definitely a sad truth today, to be honest.
Before I go to Trisha, I'll go to Snehashish once. Snehashish 67 in the first 8 overs from New Zealand. And that includes a dolly that was dropped by Richa Ghosh. I mean, fielding is no rocket science. Fielding is about practice. I mean, Amal Mazumdar and the support staff are equally responsible and have to cop the blame for such shambolic acts on the field, be it Renuka Singh, be it Richa Ghosh, be it anyone for that matter. And the buck has to stop with the captain and the coach. Very clear question, Snehashish. Now, you have your back against the wall. You need to beat Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Australia. And your run rate is low bottom. So you have to beat Australia, not just beat Australia, you've got to get that run rate up. Are you going to give this Indian team a chance for a comeback? Snehashish Mukherjee?
Yeah, I think Australia is very fun now. I think the Pakistan game will be much tougher now because Pakistan are coming after a win, and the way they have won, I think they will be very much confident after seeing the way India batted today. I think the match against Pakistan will be very much crucial now because if India would have won this game, I think then India would have started that game also as favorites. But I think after this game, we will be in some jeopardy to say that India will start any game as favorites because before this game, seeing the performance of both these teams, we all said that India are starting as slight favorites, but the way they have batted is absolutely symbolic, as you said. And I think the fielding in the practice session also, me and Bharat both stated yesterday that even the team management gave their main focus on the fielding only, but still more improvement needs to be there. We have seen today also mainly the ground fielding. I have stated in the after the practice match also with South Africa that the ground fielding needs to be improved. So overall, there are a lot of areas that need to be improved. Otherwise, it will be very tough for this team to even qualify for the next round. I mean, for the semi-finals. So I think a big game coming against Pakistan in 2 days.
Trisha, the
I
fact
wanted
that we.
to
Yeah, Gandhi.
add
Yeah,
a
go
quick
on.
point on fielding because you and Snehashish both mentioned it. I would take bad bowling and batting any day over bad fielding, especially from a team that's representing India at a World Cup. That's just my opinion.
Trisha, the fact that we are having to say that the Pakistan match becomes difficult for us tells us the standard of the women's game in this country. We were talking about this being our 1983 moment, the inflection point, the story of the World Cup. Now that these women have every possible opportunity, Harmanpreet Kaur has been leading for years and years. Now, if you have to think that can you beat Pakistan, a team that has not got salaries for 4 months, the players don't even have the basics there in Pakistan, and now we are saying Pakistan will be up close and give India a run for our money, tells us that the story is sad. Not just sad, it is disastrous. Trisha Ghoshal?
Absolutely. I think from 2017, uh, we were supposed to take off and, take the whole women's cricket to another level. WPL happened. Yes, the preparations were not up to the mark in many ways. But having said that, it's not like we did not get enough exposure. It's not like our girls didn't play in the franchisee leagues, the 100 and all. It's not like they were completely out of match practice, especially the important players, like Jemima, Deepti, Smriti. They were still, in match practice. Smriti's team won the WPL. You expect better. You expect so much better. I mean, I can't even imagine a time when we are actually considering Pakistan women's team, because I remember whenever people used to build up the hype up the India Pakistan women's game, I would always say do not do that, because Pakistan in women's cricket is at least 5-6 levels down below the Indian team. The fact that we are now saying, and I'm actually anxious about the Pakistan game, because I don't want to lose to Pakistan. It's an ego factor for me. At the same time, I cannot believe that a team that, we defeated like this has now become a team that we are scared of. We have to play our skins off to actually think of competing with them. So
And
we have
Gargi Rao,
some six
India
levels.
will be under pressure. India will be under pressure against Pakistan because if they lose, it's done. The World Cup is over. I mean, I said it will be the 1983 moment. Now I have to say it will be the 2007 moment. It is clearly the 2007 moment, the first game done, and then another game done, and exactly what happened to the men's team in 2007. My question is, someone has to take accountability. For far too long, we have hidden these players. We have made Harmanpreet Kaur a hero. For what? What has she won? What is her contribution in important games? Why will Harmanpreet Kaur not be questioned? I mean, someone has to take accountability for failure. If she is able to turn the tide, she's a great. We will accept it. But if she is not able to turn the tide and this team doesn't qualify for the semi-finals, I think the writing is on the wall. And this is sport. Face it. You've got to be ruthless and ask the questions that deserve to be asked. And we are asking the question. If India does not make the semi-finals from here on, if they lose one more game, does Harmanpreet Kaur deserve to captain this Indian team with every possible support that she has got, Gargi Rao?
I mean, look, we've been saying it for a long time now. We've been doing these build-up shows for the World Cup. Now this is the first game, but we've been doing the world build-up for almost 2-3 weeks now. And the main thing that we've been saying is that it needs to be Harmanpreet Kaur who needs to come in and build confidence and inspire the team to win this World Cup, because only she knows how much it means. Yes, the others there, Smriti, Jemima, who were there in 2017, but Harmanpreet Kaur was that person in the Australia game, that 171, that a lot of women's cricket fans will remember and will take with
Gandhi,
them
that
for.
is the only thing there.
That's
That
what I'm
is her
saying.
only contribution.
That's what I'm saying. That
I'm
after
sorry,
that,
but that is her only contribution. What you're
yeah,
not counting is, sorry, go on.
yeah, no, I am making the same point as you. Is that after that, she needed to be the one to take that forward and take that inspiration forward and take women's cricket where we all wanted it to go. But it's not there now. And this means so much to not just, the team. They're getting all the facilities that are there. They have the same prize money, everything. All the facilities are there. Now there's no excuse. What excuse will you give now? That you don't have facilities, that you don't have money, that you don't have fame or power? There's nothing left. Now it's just on the players. It's on the players and the management.
Shargi Raut is spot on there, Ishan Shahane. Tell me something. I'm sorry, but I've got to make this comparison. Rohit Sharma in the World T20 and Harmanpreet Kaur in the World T20. I mean, come on. Rohit Sharma scores a 90 or 40. Rohit Sharma scores a 60 or 40 against England in the semis. That 90 against Australia set it up. His captaincy set it up. And here's Harmanpreet Kaur, his counterpart in the women's section. And clearly, she's under pressure. She doesn't look the part. She's not bowling. She doesn't inspire her fielding changes. She's getting bowlers which absolutely make no sense. For example, Deepti Sharma concedes at 10 odd, something like that in the first over. Bowls couple of bad balls. You get Deepti Sharma another over. You bowled Pooja Vastrakar for 1 over. Why don't you tell us Pooja Vastrakar is injured? Why is it that Pooja Vastrakar bowls 1 over? Are you carrying someone who is injured? Are you hiding an injury? What is the problem? Because clearly, and then that batting order made no sense. We've been saying about the number 3 position, Ishan Shahane and Harmanpreet Kaur. This comparison with Rohit Sharma is inevitable. Ishan, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you're bang on, Boryada. I think, you can't, I don't think there can be any excuses anymore because there's clearly a big comparison. The way Rohit Sharma led that side, I was part of that World Cup. And, from what we've seen of Harman at the moment, it's just too big a comparison. Rohit definitely led from the front. The whole momentum was set with the captain leading from the front. And over here, it's the complete opposite. Hence, two opposite results. And what else can you expect, Boryada? Because this is, at the end of the day, we keep saying the captain has to lead, the captain has to take the charge. And if the captain does not do that, if the captain does not perform on a consistent basis, if the captain does not make those tactical decisions when it's needed, how does this team expect to win? Because eventually everyone's relying on the captain. Yes, it's a team sport. everyone has to contribute, but the biggest shoulder to lean on is the captain, and the captain is not making those calls. If the captain isn't getting runs, the team can't win at any cost, Boryada. So definitely this is a comparison that has been taking place, but Rohit Sharma did it very differently when I saw it. He brought everyone together on those stars. He played selfless cricket. I don't remember the last time Harmanpreet played selfless cricket. So all these factors have to be considered here, and definitely it's something to think about. If this does not end up well for this Indian team, this should be Harmanpreet's last call, in my opinion.
Yeah, so Trisha, I'll ask you one more and then you all can continue. I've got to go and write my column. Ishan used the word, he has not seen Harmanpreet play selflessly. Today, you are chasing an asking rate of 8.5 at that point. When Harmanpreet came in, 8.28, 8.3, something like that. Smriti Mandhana is on the other side. You were at 5 of 10 balls. After that, you played one boundary. Immediately, you put the pressure back. Immediately, you pushed it to Smriti Mandhana that you play the big shot because I am not being able to. Now, what is this? Your captain gets some 13 of 11 or 11 of 13 or some silly runs there. Clearly a runner ball when you've got to take advantage of the power play. We saw with New Zealand, the ball was getting slower. There was difficulty in the second half, at least in the middle overs. New Zealand was struggling before Sophie Devine played that outstanding innings. Harmanpreet Kaur did not attack at all. And she's one who can play the big shots. She can clear. That's why she's coming 3. Rohit Sharma against Mitchell Starc and Harmanpreet Kaur against the New Zealanders. 2 very starkly different approaches, Trisha Ghoshal. And I also want to ask you about Amol Mazumdar. Amol came in with a lot of hype. People said we didn't have a coach. Now here comes somebody who will rescue Indian women's cricket and take it to a different level. What has been Amol's contribution? We lose the Asia Cup. We've lost the first game of the World Cup. So here Amol Mazumdar, what is happening with it? That is the question that I also want to ask you, Trisha Ghoshal.
First things first, I think talking about Harman's innings, there was a particular over, where I think Carson was bowling when Harman was continuously. So the fielding set for her was. Can Bodia mute yourself? Echo. So Carson was bowling, and the field was completely up on the offside. There were 2 fielders in the leg side who were out. Harman was continuously trying to move towards the leg side and get that space for a boundary on the offside. And this went on for 4 deliveries. That's how stubborn and selfish the captain is. With every single dot ball, you're raising that run rate. You have just come out to bat. First ball you tried, you didn't get it. Fair enough. Next ball, take a single. Let Smriti take the strike. No, you waste 4 balls, 5th, 6th, 7th ball, and then you take a single. So you have already put the team back. Once you've pegged the team back, there is no coming back. Smriti was forced to play that shot. And if Smriti stays till the 12th, 13th over, you have got one side at least, covered. And then the players can play around her. But, Harman, even the shot where Harman got out, what was she trying to play? What was that shot? The ball was swinging.
I'll leave and you all continue, but I will say this.
Yeah.
I mean, as a supporter of the women's game, and having watched this sport for a good 3 decades, this is one of those nights when you feel cursed as an Indian cricket fan. You feel disgusted, disappointed, disillusioned, and depressed. That's what you feel. You don't want your side to not compete. India did not compete. India was weak. India was tame. India was lame. India just did not turn up. And that's what the pain is. That you want the sport to go to a different level, and you know that with one more defeat, the sport will come 5 notches down. And then someone has to be accountable for it. Whether it is Harman, whether it is Amol Mazumdar, I don't know. Gargi, you take over with Snehashish, Ishan and Trisha. But from my standpoint, I've got to say this will be a long and hard night for me to digest. And I don't know what exactly I will write because it will more be a lament rather than anything else. I don't want to make it into a rant, but it will perhaps be because, as I said, we all feel let down. We are not being sensationalist here, but the truth is we are all feeling very let down.
Yeah, and I just wanted to bring up, since yeah. What's happened? Was
No,
I on
I
mute?
wanted to say something. Yeah, I actually was putting my hand up because, to add to your point, Gargi, I knew that you were saying the same thing as I was. But I was
Yeah.
just saying, why that 171 hype is the only thing that, you remember Harman by is, I'll tell you a very simple thing, guys. Asia Cup was our trophy every single time. It's India or nobody. And I know a lot of people might say it had begun with 2 teams, 3 teams, 4 teams, doesn't matter. It was us. It was our tournament. There was nobody close to us. We have now lost Asia Cup twice and both under Harmanpreet Kaur's captaincy, and nobody has questioned her. She's called as aggressive. Aggressive how? When you're not given a run out because the ball was dead, you make a whole scene out of it. That's the aggression you've got. Don't need it. Don't care.
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually something I wanted to talk about as well. It's like me and Trish are on the same wavelength right now. What? I've had a long day. Words are not wording right now. But anyway, back to, because Boria and Ishan talked about uh, comparing Rohit Sharma with Harmanpreet Kaur. That's not never something we want to do, but we have to in this case, because you know, if we're looking at the criticism that Harmanpreet Kaur had ahead of the tournament versus the criticism that Rohit Sharma had ahead of the tournament, it was almost the same kind of criticism. No one believed in the Indian team, but they did it. They did it not with words, they did it with performances, and that's something that we wanted to see. But in Harmanpreet Kaur's case, it's almost like we're seeing results come out of the wrong end. And I keep thinking back on these small little moments that we saw. First of all, that Bangladesh series, hitting the stumps, whatever that was. Second, in some game recently, she came out and they had lost, of course. The team had lost, and she came out and said the bowlers did not do well, and Shriyanka Patil did not bowl the right length. That's not something you do.
Yeah.
You don't put your, when it's about taking credit, it's almost like she's the first in line. But when it's about taking a graceful loss, she puts her team in front of her and doesn't protect them. And we have seen that many times, and that's not a quality that you want from your captain, unfortunately. If you compare her to the other Harmanpreet, the hockey team captain, look at him. 10 goals in the Olympics, in the same Olympics, not even the complete Olympics, all years, just 2024. Leading with example, in the last minutes, he made those goals. He did that with his team. When are we going to see that from Harmanpreet Kaur?
But I am saying, we don't need to compare her with Rohit Sharma or Harmanpreet, the hockey team captain. The prime example was in this match only. See Sophie Devine.
So
See
fine.
Sophie Devine. How she led the team in, how she led the team. She was not in a good form, seeing those two warm up matches. But see, when it mattered for the team, the first match of the World Cup, you are coming, under her captaincy only after 10 matches, winless streak. See how you turned up. See how she turned up and played. What a knock under that pressure. And the most beautiful thing that I observed, that the way she used her bowlers. You see, she used their main bowlers like Amelia Cade and Leah Tahu after 8th or 9th over of the innings. So you just your third and fourth choice bowler in the power plays, and you have managed to take 3 or 4 wickets of the Indian top order. And you and everyone in the world knows that India is a top order heavy team. So I think the way she has captained the New Zealand side today is incredible, and the way she batted and led from the front is superb. I think Harmanpreet Kaur doesn't need to go to watch any video of Rohit Sharma or Harmanpreet, the hockey team captain. She can watch the highlights of this match, and I think she can take some inspiration from this match only.
I don't think she wants to. Yeah, Ashish.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I completely agree that it's just the complete, difference and contrast of how one captain led the side and how the other struggled to. And that clearly made the difference. And that knock by Sophie Defana as well, just completely changed that entire innings. The Indian team were actually coming back. They'd gotten those 2 wickets, they'd gotten the openers out. I genuinely felt this team will make a comeback. They might restrict New Zealand for a below par total. But then again, a partnership was built, and they let that partnership being built. I think another reason over here is that when you've gotten 2 wickets, make sure that you restrict them even further. Why let another partnership be built? Why be, possibly not the best in the field? All these small issues really created that big gap, and uh, a lot of factors here, in my opinion, not just the captaincy. Again, the fielding, I feel, has let us down, and we've always spoken about this. They've kept a fielding camp, but what fielding camp? It's the Richa Ghosh missed a sitter. I mean, I was shocked
Forget
to see
about
that.
let's go one by one.
Ah,
Tell me something. When in the third over of the game, when Plimmer and Betts were trying to, step on the gas, what was Smriti doing? Being the boundary line fielder, halfway almost, I mean, a weird amount inside. What was she doing there? Had she been in the boundary line, it would have been a straight catch, like the one that she gave. I think, if I'm not wrong, it's the similar one that she gave to the one that she missed for a Plimmer, and she missed it because she was standing. I mean, way inside. And Smriti, she's your vice captain. She's one of the most experienced players of your team. That's where the problem begins. Now, let's go to the sixth over. That was worst. You're talking about Richa. I'll say, the ball was swirling. There was breeze. If I want to give her 1% leeway, I can still give it. Tell me, what was Renuka Thakur doing? What was she collecting there? I mean, you give away 4 runs. Yes, we have lost, by 60 runs, by 58 runs precisely. So maybe it does not matter. But at the end of the day, these are the things, these are the small moments which take away from the game, which
yeah.
pushes you down. And you know what, Ishan, the truth of the matter is, after that first wicket partnership between Susie Betts and Georgia Plimmer, we have just been chasing the match. We have never really been in the match. We have just
Yes.
been chasing. And think of this, Amelia Kerr barely bowled. Amelia Kerr barely batted. We gave away 3 wickets to Lee Tahu. She's a pacer. She's not even a spinner. She
Yeah.
wasn't turning the ball. She was just bowling straight balls. And look at the way we got out. There is one more difference. Sorry, I'm taking long, but there was one more difference that I really wanted to point out. If you remember Sophie Devine's innings, she attacked on the V and the 53-meter square boundary. She
There was
ensured
clearly planning.
absolutely. There was
Which-
no suddenness to this. There was actually something to that madness, planning to the madness or something.
Method to the madness.
Yes, exactly, absolutely. But whereas when you watch the Indian team and when you watch the dismissals, half the dismissals have been either us going this way or us going this way. We did not think that in a slow track, if you really want to hit, straight should be your answer. And we did not attack the straight boundary enough. Look at Susie Betts. Move a little towards your leg side. Please send T. Dilip for women's team for a while. Oh, fielding coach. For a second,
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, okay. Sorry, guys.
Deleted. Okay, you
I understood what you thought for a second.
No, it's okay, Gargi. Later on. But now you've understood? No? Okay.
No.
I'll explain later. But yeah, I agree. Maybe T. Dilip can be. I have no idea who could be the right person. To be honest.
At this point, no one knows.
Because if you have a fielding camp, a specific fielding camp, and the match day -1 practice, Bharat told me yesterday, Ishan, that Trisha, unbelievable, India dropped 17 catches.
17?
17 catches in a practice game. Well, I mean, not
17?
even practice game, like in the practice. They were doing catching practice and they kept dropping catches. Snehashish will be the best one to answer that.
Yes, absolutely. Bharat was counting every drops, and it was 17. And after seeing that practice session, we just when we were watching today's match, you all guys have seen that Indian players were not going for that catch. Were stopping and waiting. The ball should come to themselves, and then they will take that. The same thing in the practice session they were doing. They are not going for the ball. They are not charging for the ball. But I think if you take half chances, you have to charge for the ball. You have to you have to make those half chances into full by taking by going forward to the ball. But I think the approach is very different when it comes to fielding compared to other teams. If you see Australia fielding, if you see England fielding, I think they will run 1-2 foot front, to jump and to go for that catch. Even they know that it is going to be very tough, but at least they will try at their best to go for that catch. But for India, what we saw in the training session also yesterday and today in the match also, they were like, if it is tough, then okay, will not go and dive, then fine. I think it is like it's very different approach when compared to other teams. So I think there are a lot more things that needs to improve in the fielding. I don't know T Dilip will be the man, because I think in this fielding case, that India women's team is very similar to Indian men's football team. Who will be the coach? I don't think that improvement is coming right away. It will take much more time.
But I
I
think,
completely agree with Snehashish
yeah.
on this. I tell you, one of the finest fielders in women's cricket was Veda Krishnamurthy. And the
Yeah.
best part about what happened, Gargi?
Even Radha.
Who, Radha? Radha Yadav.
Radha, yes.
Radha Yadav is a very
You said it in
mixed
such
person.
a way. I also forgot.
No, I'm thinking of former cricketers, and I'm like, which former cricketer, Radha? Who?
Radha
So,
is a brilliant fielder.
yes and no, both. She'll take the best catch in the match, and then the ball which is.
Oh,
1 second, we have some small fans at Team India
yeah.
fan. Team India fan.
Hi.
Yes, yes. So what's your view on the match?
The match, New Zealand won it and they deserved it.
They deserved it.
They batted very well. Let the men's come home. Our boys will show what they do.
Okay,
Okay, and they met Yashika, a player.
Okay,
They
okay.
just met Yashika.
Okay, they met Yashika right now.
And Bates.
So you happy?
Yes,
Yeah, and
yes,
Bates.
guys.
Okay, Suji Bets also.
Yeah, Shuji Bets and Green.
Okay,
No, not
okay.
Green.
Yes, Green was there.
Green said hi to us.
Okay. Green said hi
What
to
did
us and
Suzy Betts tell- So what did Susie Betts tell you guys?
We just took a
Is there any
picture.
channel or?
yes.
And also, Susie
Where is
Betts'
she?
brother
India.
or sibling.
It's live.
Susie Betts' brother or sibling. No, boyfriend. Oh, yeah, boyfriend.
Okay.
We took a picture with him also. And we actually catched him right over there. Caught him. Yeah, caught him. And he was planning to get his kids, his children. And we all got these cards. Like we all
Okay, nice.
Let the boys come. We'll show them
The boys come home.
Sure.
But now the focus only on the ladies.
But tell us something. You guys watched the entire match. What do
Sorry?
you think?
You need to say you are
watched
from
the
Ravi
entire
Bishnoi team.
We're from Ravi. Yeah, I'm for Ravi Bishnой's team. With the academy,
They are from the same academy, Ravi Bishnoi Academy.
Okay.
We practice in that.
Spartans.
Spartans.
Oh,
Spartans.
yeah, Spartans.
India
Say it out loud. Spartans Dubai. Spartans Dubai. What?
So where do you think India went wrong? Where could India have done better today in the
So
match?
what do you think? Why India lost today? Say there.
Because their batting, it was not so good. Smriti Mandana got out early. And also they were keep on hitting it in the sky.
Is साला कप नाम दे. ये साला कप नाम दे. त्रिशा दी RCB fan है यार.
Is साला कप नाम दे.
Isa Kapnapte.
Is साला कप नाम दे 2.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So you are
RR.
you guys are coming for the Pakistan match?
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
hope.
Pakistan, yes.
India Pakistan.
Do you have any tickets?
No, I don't have that. They will come. I don't have any tickets. But we'll genuinely look forward to meet you
Where are
again.
you from?
Okay. I'm from India.
India where?
India, Kolkata.
Hello,
West Bengal, Kolkata.
Bhalobashi. Yes, Bhalobashi. Yes. Okay, bye.
Telecasted
Yeah, Rip
Live.
Sports. Yeah, live.
Live.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Rip Sports. REVSPORT. Rip Sports.
In
You
India.
can, you can find it on YouTube only. You can.
Next time we will win. We will bash them.
Yes, absolutely. You are going to.
जीतेगा भाई जीतेगा इंडिया जीतेगा नेक्स्ट टाइम इंडिया जीतेगा फाइनल में ठोकेंगे
You can find
Thank
us on
you.
YouTube. Subscribe the channel. Okay. Chalo. Goodbye. Take care. Good night.
India is gonna win next time.
Okay.
Let
Thank
the
you.
boys come.
Thank you. Good night. Good
I
night.
don't
Good night.
even have like the extrovert trait of even one of that kid.
I think we all needed that word. That felt nice.
Yeah, that actually felt nice. All
Yeah.
of us were sitting and
Yes.
criticizing. And,
But on a final note, I mean my final note, you guys can talk.
I think we had the base expert today in
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
totally. And Chris points out Smithy did not bat well. New Zealand was dominant.
we were hitting in the
Karka
simple,
sky.
bat.
We were
simple.
hitting it in the sky.
Hit in the
And
sky.
the last one is
But in the
Esala Cup
first two
Namde.
match also,
RCB everywhere.
but you know what? The best part is somewhere this
They
girl
are
said
coming
that,
again.
oh my god, they've got super interested.
Which TV? Rape Sports. REV SP. Okay. They just knew the name and they ran again. Okay.
But
No, what I was saying was when Nasir Hussain was saying the same thing, and he actually said something like, golf shots, look good when it's on the golf field, not on the cricket field,
didn't Dilip say that?
no, I mean Nasir Hussain was saying it on air. I don't know.
Acha, acha, okay. Dilip said it in the. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
on a final note, I wanted to say that. Enough.
Yeah, let's take a few comments if there are any.
There's a fascinating one. अच्छा ठीक है, ये वाला ले लो पहले.
ये देखो
In
इन लड़कियों से काम करवाओ किचन में और रील्स बनाओ, ये उसी
Yeah.
लायक है. सैलरी इनको मेंस क्रिकेट जितनी चाहिए लानत है वुमेन्स क्रिकेट.
Trisha,
Tina,
you
this
only
is
give
too hard. No, you don't.
Trisha,
response.
just avoid this comment. Trisha, the cool. Trisha, the cool.
We can take a funnier.
Yeah, different comment,
Yeah,
please.
बोला
बोला
था
था
मैंने
मैंने comments मत डाल.
yes, yes, he's the man.
Sorry.
He's the man who.
Sorry.
Look at this.
Yes.
I can see.
Hello, sir. Hello. Can you come on live? Can you come
Who did he meet?
on our channel? There is a cricketer from India. Okay, she has been selected for UAE under 19 also. So what do you think? Why India lost?
For bad batting.
For bad batting. And she is a huge Harmanpreet Kaur fan.
But
So I think
can't meet her today. I can't meet.
yeah. So Trisha, do you have
No,
any question for her?
No, I'm sure. It's not a great time for her.
Okay, thank you.
Hi.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
When I
Okay,
said-
can I finally make my point, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
you
please,
can
sorry,
make your
Karthik,
point.
yes, please.
I'm very grateful. But on a final note, I just wanted to say that most of us in this company, in some level or other, have
REV,
played.
SP, what is it?
Sorry,
Why
guys.
do you
Not
mute
to wait.
yourself?
I think
But-
Snehashish has been soak. Taking revenge of all the times you have a curtain, Sneh.
Okay. Anyways, let's get back to my point, mine, Gargi. So, I've lost my train of thought. Anyways, yes, what I wanted to say was all of us in some capacity or other have played a sport, if not cricket, if football, any other sport, be it any other sport, and we know how much harsh criticism means. And we never want to criticize someone. We never want to. Guys, Ishan, I'm going to kill you. This turned into criticizing the Indian team to slandering me. So this show changed the title. Anyway, what I
Just-
want
No,
to say is that
what
we
Guy
don't
you are
like
saying, please
criticizing-
continue.
Yeah, we don't like criticizing anyone, and we know how harsh it is when someone criticizes you for a sport, because sport doesn't always go your way. So this is not something we want to do, but at this point it calls for constructive criticism. It calls for asking hard questions, and I just wanted to clear that up, that none of us like being haters, and we're not hating, we're just giving criticism, constructive criticism. That's all I wanted to say.
Gargi, it's actually the complete reverse, right? While we are
You are hating.
we are criticizing, we are actually literally when the match was over, I did not join because 5-7 minutes I was like, I need time to just actually think that we lost to New Zealand, because throughout one thing is for sure, that my form as far as prediction is concerned is as bad as Shafali's form right now. I have been predicting the correct things, but I have been getting them all wrong. So
Stop
I have-
predicting.
yeah, I know. Ishan and Gargi, you guys have to stop asking me to predict. You know what? this New Zealand game was not supposed to be this tough. It was actually the Sri Lanka game. In fact, we kept saying that India versus Sri Lanka will be kind of like a quarter final, and it will decide who's the who's the second team to go into the semi-finals along with Australia from Group A. Yes, Group A was tough. All of us knew, and probably again, we kept saying that Pakistan was only the team which was a little here and there, but Pakistan defeating Sri Lanka now means every single team, and New Zealand defeating India the way they have defeated. I mean, our run rate is minus 2.9. We have taken like a big dent here, and all of us are upset. The criticism, the questions come from the fact that we want this team to do well. If we didn't, then after an entire day at 11:33 p.m. we wouldn't have been sitting here and talking about it even.
You know what, Trisha, what will be interesting now to see who comes for the press conference.
I think Bharat is already there.
Let me drop a quick question to Bharat.
Yeah, let's see. By the way, player of the match, no points for guessing. Of course, it was Sophie Divine. I think that run out really like egged her on, that run out controversy. She was like, now I'll show who can do what. That sort of a thing,
Yeah. But I think we've been speaking for close to 40 minutes now, 41 minutes. I think we can close the show. What do you guys say? Do you have anything else to say?
Jemima has come at the presser.
I knew it.
Come on. Unfair on that kid.
Absolutely
unfair on the kid. And this is the accountability which Boria was talking about. This is where either of Amol Majumdar or Harmanpreet Kaur should have stepped out and said, yes, we have had a bad run. We did not do well, but it's not the end of the world, which is the truth. You never know. We are anxious about the Pakistan game. We might win by 100 runs, 110 runs, or whatever. I mean, I don't know. We could have, but your captain has to come out. Your coach has to come out. Not happening.
I think we can close the show now. We've spoken as much as we could on this topic. All we can hope for is to see better performances in the coming matches, but all they're making us is nervous. Hopefully that nervousness goes away soon. But thank you, Ishant, Trisha, and Snehashish for standing for 42 minutes. We appreciate your hard work. And stay tuned to us throughout the World Cup. We'll be bringing you lots more. Thank you so much.